Hey, it's Justin Moore from Trending Family, and here are this week's top 5 trending news that are influencing families. So retail research firm Customer Growth Partners just released their 16th annual back to school forecast, which found that sales are predicted to rise 5.1%, which is the highest increase in 7 years, to almost $600 billion. Craig Johnson, who is the president of CGP, said that, it was kind of a slow start due to the long winter, but retail has inflected sharply up since late April and shows no signs of stopping. So one of the keys to this back to school growth, Johnson says, is honestly a rise in disposable income. There's been an increase of 3.7 million full-time jobs since January 2017, and that is key. I think we're also seeing families shopping earlier this year due to school years starting earlier, right? So, and we're seeing retailers starting to offer discounts and sales earlier. So I think a lot of brands are really eager to see if this trend continues for the holidays. So USA Today recently asked the kids of Gen Z what are their thoughts on love and marriage and family. They took their cameras to classrooms around the country and asked kids some very simple questions, right? So the results were pretty interesting. So much like their millennial counterparts, Gen Z are going to be postponing a lot of major life events like getting married and buying a house and having kids. 4 out of 5 children said that they would be open to dating someone outside of their race, and the majority of 13 to 17-year-olds say that they would date someone with different religious or political views. I think another really interesting piece here is that, Gen Z will probably be having more kids out of wedlock, right? Statistics show that up to 1/3 of today's kids living in America live in homes with unmarried parents. So I think the implications for brands here is just needing to be reverent to that, right? I mean, Gen Z in particular, they support brands who are inclusive, right? So just thinking through how that aligns with your overall marketing messaging is pretty important. So streaming TV provider Philo just raised a bunch of money to do a full court marketing press. According to CEO Andrew McCullum, their pitch is really to what they call cord nevers. That's people who have never subscribed to pay TV, or it's to cord cutters, so people who have canceled their cable or their satellite service. So Philo costs $16 a month for 40 entertainment and lifestyle channels, or that's $20 a month for 49 channels. And the way that they're able to keep their costs down is they don't have sports channels, so they don't have ESPN, they don't have broadcast. But according to McCullum, there's a big section of consumers out there who really haven't been well serviced by the options out there. I mean, of course, there's a lot of different competitors. There's YouTube TV, there's Sling TV, there's Direct TV now, there's a bunch of them, right? But there still is a huge land grab going on, especially for Gen Z. These are people who are growing up, they're moving out, and they've been raised on YouTube a lot of the time, right? So I think there is a huge opportunity here for Philo. So BuildABear recently held a promotion that was actually too popular. It was called the Pay Your Age promotion, and it's as it sounds, right? You have a 3-year-old kid, you take them into BuildABear, they're gonna get a $3 teddy bear, right? And they actually ended up having to shut stores down due to crowd size safety concerns. The CEO went on a press junket recently apologizing to all consumers, talked about what the lessons learned were, what they could have done better, like, holding the promotion over multiple days maybe. But she also acknowledged a really important thing, I think, which is that, as a parent, if you're gonna promise your kid, hey, let's go to the mall and wait 3 hours, you're gonna get a teddy bear, but then you don't come away with that, that can be really disappointing. And the CEO really apologized for that. And so just from a PR perspective, I think that was really good. But if we could just analyze the pure simplicity of this marketing, of this messaging for this promotion, you can really never underestimate the length some consumers, especially families, will go for heavy discounts, right? So, as a brand, if you're looking at your marketing initiatives, how can you distill your value proposition down to something very simple that the consumer can understand? And that really will drive results. And Eater had a great article about the massive rise in popularity of food and fashion collaborations, right? So you've got Taco Bell and Forever 21, right? You've got White Castle hoodies, you've got Momofuku sneakers, right? So this really is permeating pop culture, and especially among younger generations like Gen Z. So Coltrane Curtis, who is on Team Epiphany, which is the marketing agency behind some of Heineken's food and fashion collaborations, said that, food and fashion are really parallel, right? If you think of someone, waiting in line to get some great dim sum at like Tim Ho Wan or something, right? I mean, that's just like a sneakerhead who's gonna wait in line to get, the next hyped sneaker. So as a brand, if you're thinking about how to get your consumers involved, like give them an outlet to profess their love for you, right? And influence others at the same time.